Should be good. So welcome to the Mobile CSP Hangout for December 7th. My goodness, we're so close to the winter break already. We have some people joining us, but as they're joining us, we're just going to start off with our check-ins. I'm going to do it alphabetically. Hopefully this works here. Tony, can you go first? Check-in.
Sure. Tony Truss, Conard High School. We finished the Create projects, and we're in the process of presentations, which has proved to be a challenge in itself due to the video that I wanted them to do and the way I wanted them to present. It's taking more time than I expected. Otherwise than that, we're doing really well.
Good. Betsy?
See, I'm about halfway through Unit 5. I grouped the algorithm stuff together, and so I'm actually third of the way through. I grouped the algorithm stuff together just because it kind of goes together really well. And tomorrow we're going to do efficiencies of algorithms and that last section on algorithms. Then I'm going to do the blown to bits. Then we're going to go over very, very briefly the concepts that are in Pong and the other one, Logo. But I'm not going to go through them until after we get back from Christmas break. I want the kids to start their final create project. And I figured what I'd do is I'd do Pong and Logo if I have a chance after we get back from winter break. The reason why I'm doing that is because a lot of my kids have already gone through using sprites, and they really understand Logo. They've also gone through loops, not through my doing, but through the Create projects, and they presented it to each other. So my kids understand that material, and I feel like I can really go ahead to the last Create project before I go over that and just use that as a teaser at the end. So when we come back, I'm going to do the Impact project. Then I'll do the last two. I'll end it up with a little bit of App Inventor, and then I'll go into studying for the final. Because I'm a unit course, guys, I only get to 1 through 5, or a semester course, rather. But I'm getting through 1 through 5 the whole way now. That's me.
Thank you, Betsy. Chris, you want to keep it rolling here?
Sure. Okay. We introduced the coin flip app today. I brought in quarters, and we all flipped some quarters and added up our results. We had just finished Android Mash, pretty good success. What I've noticed after doing the Create project, and this has been a huge success for me, was I would do the introductory development of each app, be it the Android Mash or the coin flip, but I would also get up from my chair and have the students come in and fill in the pilot seat and have them do some of that introductory stuff together. And I'd say, all right, well, who can tell me where does the variable come from and where do we put this, and have them kind of build that out together, because the introductory stuff, I know pretty well. We all kind of have a good idea on it. So it was a great way of assessing my kids without having an assessment. So that's been yielding very good dividends. I don't know where I'm going after this, because I do a winter break and then we get close to finals. So I don't know if I do another Create project or if I just hammer home a little more lesson content. But otherwise, it's just getting to do those reflections, getting to do the Create pages, because without that, we're having a hard time getting some good grades, to be honest. And I know the kids are getting discouraged, but otherwise, we're doing all right.
Very nice. Thank you, Chris. Mike has joined us. You want to go next?
Sure. Mike Hall High School in West Hartford. I'm doing things a little disjointed because I drew a line in the sand back in October, and I told them that Absolutely Steadfast December 4th was when we were discussing chapter 2 of Blown to Bits, which is the privacy chapter. And then we got pushed off by one day for extra time to present their creative apps. So we did our 4.9, but at the same time, we just finished Android Mash last week. We did the coin flip and coin flip experiment on Friday. We're going to do the random numbers tomorrow. They're going to do the coin flip projects without me on Wednesday because I'm going to be at a conference with Tony. And then the one thing that I'm doing that's different from there is that last year we did a debate about Chapter 2, and so I'm making the great debate again, and there's two sides. Digital explosion has hurt privacy, and digital explosion is worth the benefits are worth the lack of privacy. So that should be fun for next week.
Very good. Very good. I guess Greg has just joined us. Greg, do you want to go next?
What was the question?
Just checking in. What lesson?
Hi. Well, they moved us from our old building into a new wing, and we didn't have computers for about 2 weeks, but we just got back into a computer lab today, so that's a positive thing. I did spend about a week teaching them how to do basic programming on TI calculators.
Nice.
So,
Okay, and I'll see you tomorrow morning to see how they're doing on their projects.
yeah, me too.
Thank you. Michelle?
Hi, we're just finishing the Android Mash projects, and I'm combining the presentations on the Create with the Hour of Code because we're going to go present to some other students. And after doing the Create projects, I'm a little concerned with the students' ability to, follow the checklists and it's just really, they, even though it was presented several times and they have the checklist, they just kind of choose to ignore it. So that was a little frustrating at times.
Michelle?
So as far as the checklist, for the official College Board, they're going to need to follow the College Board's instructions. So the checklist is just our addition of how to do a write-up. So
yeah, I'm talking about the College Board's instructions.
Okay.
Yeah, the College Board instructions, the ones that are embedded in that says how to do your portfolio write-up.
No, that's ours.
Oh, that's yours.
The
Okay.
College Board stuff is literally just their 2 or 3 pages of performance tasks that explain what you should have as a requirement and how to submit it. That's all that they require. So saying that we added in the how to do a portfolio write-up document ourselves to make sure they had all those different pieces, since we're writing about apps instead of Java or something.
Right.
So that was just an additional piece that we had added in, and it's not it's not necessary that they do it exactly like that. When it becomes an official AP course.
Okay.
Right. So that's not something you have to continue to use if you don't feel that it works well.
No, I like it. I just want them to follow it more specifically.
Michelle?
Yeah.
One thing that I found that was useful to help with that is they had them do a couple of the pre-projects slightly more rigorously. For anything that they had to do an extended project, I had them do a blocks document. And so by the time they got to the final one, they kind of knew the pieces, with the exception of the video.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll echo that myself. Any of the creative portions of their apps, they had to create a create page for it with thumbnails, barcodes, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. All right. So just lots more holding them accountable for it much sooner than the create project. Doesn't mean that they'll like it, just like in general they don't like the reflections, but you know, they'll do it if they need to. Thank you, Michelle. I'm going to skip over Ralph for a second. Scott, you want to go next?
Hello, Scott Kaminsky from Trumbull High School. I'm actually right in the middle of Create 1. I'm doing a 2-year course, and we are going to do presentations on next Tuesday. And then I also have actually the superintendent and a bunch of administrators from my building and department chairs come in to judge the action, do a little showcase. And they all seem excited about it, so hopefully it works out well. I'm surprised by some of the apps that they're making, and it's fun. They're enjoying it.
Good. Very good. Moving on down. Thank you, Scott. How about Matt?
I'm Matt, and we are working on the coin flip projects. We just started them today. We did the experiment earlier today. So that's where we are. We're doing pretty well.
Okay. Thank you, Matt. So let's see. Aaron came in a little bit late. You want to go next?
Hey guys, sorry about that. I was just in my kitchen just cooking food here. Sorry, but so you're asking where we are located, or not located, but where we are right now?
Yes.
Okay, so we just finished our first exam because I'm trying to get that done before break and finalize that. So that was done last Friday on our long period day, the long time we get together, and that went flawlessly without a hitch. I'm just going to go through the process of grading that. And now today I did the algorithms and procedures lesson for 5.2 and 5.3 is where we are. And it actually fell on a perfect time for the fact that this week is also, the CSED week with the code.org and all that sort of stuff. So it's the perfect example. Instead of using the Blockly, the standard little guy that just kind of goes right and then it goes like bling,
yep.
Is to use the ones from the Star Wars and also the Minecraft and the Disney's Frozen examples as well. So that was a big, hoorah for them. They actually enjoyed that. They had a variety of doing it. The only downside I would say to those lessons is that all three of those, the Star Wars, the Disney one, and the Minecraft, they're all the same thing. And I thought they would be a little bit different, and I'm kind of like, I wish they would come up with a little bit more creativity, instead of going left, right, up, down. But it works, and it gets the message across for students to understand what is an algorithm and what is a procedure. And they get confused by that a lot, believe it or not. And as simple as it is, they often get it confused, the reversal. So I try to explain to them a recipe, the whole recipe, following directions, and labeling of a procedure, and how to call upon a procedure to do the face, the square block with the two eyes and the mouth. So the biggest learning curve for where we did today was doing it on paper, pseudocoding it. I had them shut off all their monitors and had them count the number of blocks up, turn right, count the number of blocks to the right, go down, left, to make a full circle, and then pick pen up, go up so many, turn right, go over, and then call a procedure to do the left eye, then go again, call a procedure, do the right eye. So without having the computers on, I got the grins of, the woe is us, oh, life sucks, no computer time. But they really understood how to make procedures and understand the path that the character or that the pixels would take by drawing it on the graph paper. So I thought that was good. And it's a change of pace for the, kind of get off the computers a little bit for, a period. So that's pretty much where we are right now. All is well. So, of course, is awesome. Kids love it. And making sure that they do their reflections. They We do them in class, together as a team. I'm making sure that every person or every student does those little blue bubble questions. When we do that, we do them in class. So I throw the question out to them. I said, so what is an algorithm? Is it true or false? This, and this. And the hands go up. I'm like, all right. So if you do it as a class, we all participate in it because, sometimes the reality of having them do their homework, they just kind of, I hate to say it, sometimes they copy and paste or they just Google it or whatever. But if we do it together as a class and as a discussion, it seems to work out a lot better for us as a whole, and the understanding of it seems to be, to work out better than it did in previous years. So that's one thing I enjoyed about that. Sorry to keep talking.
It's okay. Thank you, Aaron.
So far so good.
Good. Thank you. Let's see. I think we got everybody. Chinma, you go next.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Chinma.
Yeah. I'm far from all of you. My students are still on the Create One project. We started late after everybody because we moved school and had to do some changes. Now we had almost 1 week plus no lessons because of parent conferencing. Next week we have 1 half day off. Whenever my school has a half day, it affects the AP courses and CSP because they take place in the afternoon. So we are going on. The kids love it and they are doing well. So that's where we are.
Good. Thank you, Chinma.
Yeah.
Ralph, you have any updates for us?
Not really. Hello, everyone. Sounds like things are going well. I like Scott's idea of having the superintendent. What did he say? The superintendent come in to help.
Yeah. Email out to all them, superintendent, assistant superintendent, director of curriculum. Like I said, I'm casting a wide net. If you can make it, great. And we're all excited, so it'll be good.
That'd be great. Is there any plan to contact the media about it?
I hadn't thought that far ahead. I just sent it out on Friday, and they started responding today. So yeah, depending on even if only a few of them show up, I'll still we have a local paper we can get in there.
Or maybe that's something for the end of the class, doing something like that at the end of the year. Sometimes the media picks up on those things. By the way, speaking of the media, did I pass around did someone pass around a story from Fox News about pathways?
It was about Raul from last year, last December.
Well, that was an old story?
That was from last December.
How come it's going around now?
I listened to you because I was looking up things on Pathways because we just had a hackathon with Random Hacks of Kindness Junior at Pathways because Raul wanted to do a hackathon. His school wanted to do a hackathon to attract more girls because it's a technology school. And he came to me for ideas, and I said, well, let's partner with, if you partner with Random Hacks of Kindness Junior, we'll give you the model and everything, and you'll get the support from me and Patrice. So he did that, and I was just looking for things about pathways in the media. That was one of the videos that I had seen.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what the kind of thing Scott's doing is, a great idea. Hopefully the word will get around to other schools through the superintendent. I mean, It's hard to get that kind of free sort of outreach, because they do talk to each other, I'm sure, and the word will get around about this, whether the media comes or not.
Yeah.
So bravo.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess my quick little update, the course, the Mobile CSP course, the one-time course at Trinity is coming to an end. My students are in Unit 7 now. We're just a semester. So we're in Unit 7, and they're finishing up, and they have their last project that they're working on, and the presentations will be on the 21st, but we only have one class next week, so it's coming to a quick end for us. Let's see. I guess, so some quick updates from me. Betsy and Aaron, you'll be getting your scoring at the conclusion of this Hangout. I will send you the next steps. I have it, Larry sent everything to me just before the Hangout, so I'll get it to you afterwards. And then, let's see, consent forms. If you still have consent forms, make sure you get them to me. If you know when you want to do the exam 1, let me know so we can schedule it. Among other things, happy CS Ed Week. Today is the first day of CS Ed Week. Yay! So to kick off CS Ed Week, we had several teachers who were chosen to go to Boston in the 100 Teachers Summit, and we have some of them with us, so I was hoping that we could have them share a little bit about what they did. We had a nice little summary in our emails from Chandon, who isn't able to make the Hangouts, but he did send a nice long summary, but I figured it'd be nice to hear from you guys directly.
Okay. Well, it was a very interesting conference. There was a lot of people from the West Coast throughout the whole country, but one of the key threads that seemed to be was that the College Board was not offering a lot of information as to what they're offering, what exactly they're going to measure us against. Things have been changing and moving. So a lot of us were wondering, what curriculums are everyone using, and what kind of things are being implemented. So there was a lot of sharing amongst teachers, which was awesome. But one thing that stood out was how well we at Mobile CSP were put together with a full curriculum with actual standards tied to everything. We looked very good put together. And that's also just because Scott was there, because he's a really handsome guy, so it worked out really well. Beyond that,
right. It seemed like out of all the different things like Bootstrap and BJC, it seemed like our Mobile CSP was not just like it was compact and everything was handed to us, it was just more fleshed out and more resources available than everyone else, the other versions of it.
True. So they provide us with a lot of different things we can use because, as we've learned, not one package fits all, but there's a lot of great stuff that our product still does. Ultimately, I think everyone walked away going, when we got there, what are we doing here? And when we left, gosh, I wish they told us a little more. But it was still a great experience just to have that little pep rally per se. But yes, we did very well there.
Yeah, they focused a lot on recruiting, on how to get more kids into the classes. And they had a small panel with teachers and their students that they brought with them and their experiences and how some teachers were asking them if you weren't in the class, or how did you even go into the class? How did your teacher reach out to you, or whatever? So a lot of the ideas on how to, and that's what those posters were in Chandon's email, that we were trying to come up with other slogans to try to break down the barriers and just appeal to all types of students as opposed to just the nerdy whatever group for computer science. So it was informative. Everyone had some good ideas. And
Did they tell you it was meant to celebrate you?
yes.
Okay.
And Lynn says hi, by the way. I made sure I went and said that you said hi.
I heard you guys got some pretty cool prizes.
Chris has his right there.
Hello. This is our Ollies. And we all got an Ollie. And I've been using it as a recruitment tool, driving around the hallways of the school. I can't wait for the administration to catch up with me. But yeah, the point was it's another tool that has a GUI programming environment that maybe some kids who want to go more engineering based would really appreciate. So when you get to a certain point where you need to differentiate your practices a little bit, another opportunity.
And apparently the morning that they gave us the Ollies was the first day that their app and the company itself allowed it to be programmed. Because before it was simply like a remote control car. But then they have the user interface now to just drag blocks in there, set the amount of time, set the heading, and you can actually create a program for it to go and do a certain course and then come back. So it was actually pretty interesting. And he showed a website of different lessons and stuff that we could use with it, but never gave us the link. So I asked one of the other guys that was with him, and he goes, "It's not even public yet. We just showed you that so that you can see it. And we'll be sending that out soon."
Very nice. Chimba, you and I will have to take our Spiros and buddy them up with those ollies.
Oh, the ollies.
Yeah, I think I need to ask for my own alley.
Paper, it's nothing.
My ollie goes 14 miles an hour. Bring it.
I need the alley.
Yeah,
I'm
it
going
doesn't have
to
a floating head on the top. That's made of triangular weave, apparently. That's what it says in the box.
Yeah, the BB-8.
I need mine.
It's very nice. I'm glad that you seem to have had a good time. So thank you for sharing. So in this Hangout, it's a part 1. There's about 7 minutes left. And unless anybody has any objections, I don't think there's a need to do a part 2. One quick thing, it's in the agenda, but I wanted to alert you to the fact that last time we were talking about the create tasks, and right after we finished talking about them, 2 days later, before Thanksgiving break, and most people had already started break, another version of the rubrics and the create task and the explore task was sent out. So there was a second update, and the latest editions are now linked into the Mobile CSP course. So just be aware, I sent out an email regarding that. There were some very slight changes that were made, so make sure that you review those and see what those slight differences were. And also check out the rubric. The new rubric is different than the one that was up there since March. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter and easier. I believe. You'll take a look and see what it looks like. And when you do the create project, those are the new documents that we would like you to use this year. So we can start researching and seeing how well it's being received in the class and how the students do. Are there any questions or anything that people would like to discuss in about the 5 minutes that are left?
Can we use those new rubrics for the create 2 task if they're, if we get there?
The new rubric you should start using them immediately. Yes.
Okay, so they're one and the same for create 1 or create 2?
It's the same one. Yep. So create 1 is just a practice for create 2. That's something that we said, right? There's only one create project that needs to be submitted to the College Board. For our purposes in the Mobile CSP course, create 1 is the practice, and create 2 is just the official task that gets submitted. So it's the same rubric.
I wonder if we want to let Alan say hello before we break up.
Oh, hi, Alan. Sorry.
Hey, no problem. No, I was late. I forgot about it. I realized, oh, it's 7:20 and I need to get online.
Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while.
I know. I was not feeling well the past few weeks. I wasn't able to attend the last one.
Oh no.
But I'm happy to hear from the experience of the others. I wish I was there. It sounds like a great experience.
Yeah. So,
okay, before you people, I have a request. Who is available to help me on Saturday? Anybody available on Saturday?
Chinma.
Yeah,
I sent you yeah, I know you know me, but
yeah,
I sent you an email with a list of stuff. Is it okay?
I haven't seen it. I just got back from a meeting.
Oh, I know. No,
I went from a meeting to this.
You have to stick to one state for a couple days.
Right.
I can't help. It's going to be my birthday this weekend. So.
Okay. Any other person who is free?
Anybody who's not going to go help Chinma, feel free to come and help paint my nursery.
Oh Lord.
Get like one of
Okay. Let's assume nobody's coming. That's fine. Okay, everybody enjoy your CS Ed week. I think there's a lot going on. Please document what you're doing so we can show that we're doing something great.
You've got my pictures, Pauline, so far. I've sent you a couple.
What would be really cool is if we could put up some blog posts on our website of your week. So a picture in a little paragraph would be great, or just a paragraph.
One thing that I was telling the guys when we were first getting together before the meeting started was I went to my special ed case managers and I asked them if their kids could walk around and hand out flyers and post flyers. When they walk up to the principal, she doesn't make them wait. She has them come right in. And when they sold it to her, they're like, "Are you going to go?" She's like, "Yes, I'm going to go." So try that. They're the greatest. You saw Hannah last year, Ralph. She won't let you say no. She's great. So use the resources that you have at hand because they are super marketers.
Pauline, did you get my package, by the way? Just throwing it out there.
Yep, thanks.
Okay. That's it. I have nothing to say. I'm good.
Happy CS Ed week, everyone.
Thank you.
All righty, guys. I'm out of here.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.